Welcome to the 2024 Superintendent's Art Show. What an amazing time we're going to have coming up. I am State Superintendent of Public Schools, Chris Rakedahl. It's really exciting to have you a part of the show this year. The arts are inspiring. They are grounded in learning standards. Our students not only are incredible creators and connectors, they build community with art, but they are contributing to a massive economic success in the state of Washington. From our downtowns to our digital arts to our productions, art is everywhere in our society. Sit back, have an amazing time, because I think you're going to see some incredible student art and you might be inspired to create some of your own. Each year we get to welcome artists from all over the state. We have 9 educational service districts. These regional leaders do an amazing job lifting up our students. They compete locally from their school district to the regional level, and then some of those incredible artists get to display their works here for you to look at, for some of us to get a chance to select and really highlight. That's what this is all about today. So thank you to our students for your expression, your compassion, your willingness to put your art in front of the world. To families, thank you for supporting your artists. I know from the youngest of ages, you probably saw some inspiration in them, or maybe they took a class for the first time this year and realized this incredible gift that they have. Either way, thank you for supporting your student through this process. To our educators, you mean the world to us at OSPI. It's why we do the work that we do. Thank you for guiding your students through the standards, but also inspiring them and keeping them going when they needed a boost. And again, a huge congratulations to all of our artists. Thank you for being a part of this. Let's get going.
I am honored to introduce the students representing the Base Inlets, rivers, lakes, and streams, the proud descendants of the southernmost watersheds of the Salish Sea, who have been here since time immemorial. In the following video segment, youth sound their roots, routes, and relationalities through music, dance, media art, and storytelling.
We are the bays, inlets, rivers, lakes, and streams.
Our people originate from the 7 southernmost watersheds of the Puget Sound, known to us as the Salish Sea.
We are of the Sut people.
Stuchus.
Squaxud.
Tapiqua, Sud.
Squash.
Dah, Cha-Cha-Ash.
Sahute people.
We are the people of the water.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 2024 Superintendent High School Art Show.
Hello everyone, my name is Mara Foster and I'm a junior at Charles Wright Academy in Tacoma. I'm an experienced artist in painting, drawing, and other 2D media, and my work focuses on portraiture, the figure, and layering of intricate, chaotic details. Through my practice, I have enjoyed participating in regional competitions and exhibitions around the state, which is why I'm honored to introduce the award-winning artwork of other talented students today who have won this year's state competition.
Hi, I'm Yolanda Jiang. I'm a senior in Bellevue High School and a part of the Washington Youth Art Leadership Team. But also I'm an interdisciplinary artist where I specialize in graphic design and oil paint. I'm honored to have the opportunity to serve you as the speaker for this year's art show. Just as what Edgar Degas said, art is not what you see, but what you make others see. This year's artists are particularly inspiring. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
All right, now's the time for our first Student Choice Award. This comes from Governor Inslee. Governor Inslee and First Lady Trudy Inslee have been incredible champions of the arts. He has declared May Arts Education Month, so we are really, really excited. He knows the impact of art. He expresses it himself, and so I am excited to see what he has selected this year. Let's have a look.
Art has always been a huge part of my life since I could remember. My name is Lexianne Vargas. I'm a junior at Pateros High School in Pateros, Washington. My main art medium is acrylic paint. My artwork, Recycled Ocean, is a mixed media painting of a Pacific loggerhead turtle swimming through a coral reef clearing. I address a topic I'm passionate about, which is bringing awareness to how human consumption affects our planet and its inhabitants. The canvas is made of bottle caps placed on a sheet of plexiglass to show and encourage people to recycle. Another thing that influenced the subject of Recycled Ocean is the shared love my brother and I have of sea turtles. He's currently serving in the U.S. Army, so I'm unable to show him my progress as an artist. Now I was able to show him an artwork he not only loves as a fellow artist, but as one of my biggest supporters. I can't wait to grow more as an artist and see where my art journey takes me.
A big congratulations to Lexianne Vargas for her Recycled Ocean. I was so inspired, Lexianne, to see this work using bottle caps. It created a real feeling of the texture of a turtle in the ocean. And congratulations to teacher Todd Steenhart. We love art teachers. My late brother, my brother-in-law, retired art teachers. We know they give kids a way to be connected to school and let their creative juices flow. And I was so inspired, it happened to be in Hawaii. I was doing some work, actually, and tried by hand in a turtle. Not as good as yours, but the spirit is there. Let's take care of our turtles. Congratulations, Lexianne.
I think it was a really beautiful piece with a really inspiring message, and I really liked especially how like the circles were like layered on top of each other and how that was balanced.
Yeah, I also like the message of like saving the environment and caring about the community. You know who else is also passionate about the community? Our new Associate Director, Jess Pena Manalo. Coming up, they will showcase the performing art throughout this year's art show.
That's absolutely right, Yolanda. The arts are essential, and countless studies show the benefits of arts education not only to our students' well-being and academic learning, but to our society as a whole. Art fosters creativity, empathy, and critical thinking skills, shaping a brighter future for all. My name is Jess Pena Manalo, and I am the Associate Director of Arts and Content Integration here at the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. It is my pleasure to introduce several performing arts ensembles from across our beautiful state throughout this evening's art show. Our next performance takes us to Yakima High School to see a theater ensemble cast perform a short scene from their high school musical. It showcases one of the student artists, Camille Tétrault, who had her artwork, A Dramatic Perspective, featured in this year's art show. Her vibrant personality shines in everything she does, whether it is her artwork, her dancing, or acting on a stage.
I did? Look at me and what do you see? Intelligent me, I've gone back. But inside I'm storing something strange is occurring. It's a secret I need to share. Open up, dig way down deep. Hip hop is my passion. I love to pop, lock, jam, and break. Is that legal? Not another beat. It's just dancing, and the truth is sometimes I think it's even political work. No, 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 no.
year for the last 51 years, our OSPI colleagues have selected a piece of student artwork to honor. It is a long-standing tradition and one that everyone looks forward to year after year. Here are two of our favorite people at OSPI who are vital to keeping our operation running smoothly. Here to present the OSPI Staff Choice Award are Karen Conway and Silas Law.
Hello, my name is Karen Conway, and I'm the agency receptionist. I've worked here for over 30 years.
I'm Silas Law. I'm the agency mail manager, and I've been here 29 years a mark this year.
And we are excited to announce the winner of the OSPI Superintendent's High School Art Show's Staff Choice Award. Well, our agency has had art in this building for over 50 years, and it is everywhere in the building. You can look on every wall, in every hallway, and it warms and graces our hearts. But I will tell you that the piece I have at my desk is the piece that's been over my head since I came to the agency in 1992.
The winner of the OSPI Staff Award goes to Oliver Flynn from ESD 114.
Hi, my name is Oliver Flynn, and this is my project called Junewood. The inspiration behind him was a project that my best friend and I are working on. So he's based off of a very special character that another character makes a statue of, so I wanted to bring it to life. The process of making him, I started with the head, and then we built around the body, and I added the feet and the haunches.
I absolutely love this piece. I get really excited about sculpture, especially just because it's something that I've never done and it looks so difficult. And
yeah. I recently tried with 3D pieces. I can never. 3D pieces are really hard.
Me neither. It's a whole other world.
Yeah. So these are really impressive.
Mm-hmm. There are 9 educational service districts in the state of Washington. Created by the legislature more than 50 years ago, ESDs work to ensure equitable educational opportunities for all students, urban and rural alike. Entries are nominated by each of the state's 9 ESDs from their regional art shows. Altogether, there were 130 entries in this year's Superintendent's High School Art Show from all of the regional art show winners combined. Thank you to each ESD for their partnership. We couldn't do it without you.
We would like to thank this year's juror for their time and expertise they gave for selecting the art show winner for the Juror's Choice Award. Our juror is Doug Tomasini, Deb Lau, and Aston Ward. Here are this year's Juror's Choice Award.
Hi, my name is Brooke Smith. I go to Richland High School. I have this picture of a girl with a paint stroke across her face that's colored in, and that's supposed to represent the color and vibrancy that art can bring to life. I love how you can express yourself with art in more ways than just words. It's like the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
When viewing the piece Color Me Happy, I couldn't help but be immediately drawn in by the subject's eyes, which are so realistic and lifelike. I felt as though she were looking directly at me, and in a familiar way. The artist's masterful shading technique and minimal use of color make the subject come alive, creating a visual sense of both her inner and outer beauty.
Hello, my name is Cindy Christopoulos. I go to Columbia River High School, and I was inspired to create this piece to express visually the relationship between a child and a parent that is developed at a young age. And it is also connected to me personally because I drew this based off of a reference picture of my uncle and my little cousin holding hands. I just wanted to create it to show the power of these relationships.
This piece touched me emotionally. As a parent, I can feel the connection between child and parent and the love and the trust that's shared there. The details of the veins, the skin, and the nails brings this to life.
Hello, Hello, my name is Rachel Hahn and I am a junior at Newport High School. I chose acrylics as a medium because they have the capacity to convey the intricate details and textures of both my subject and the background of my piece. As for my inspiration behind my piece, it comes from my observations of life's intricacies, and I recognize that there's like a tapestry of individual narratives that exist beyond my awareness. You can clearly see 3 of the people, but if you look closely, there's a 4th figure hidden behind the others. This was a deliberate concealment, and I want to invite viewers to dive beyond the surface, prompting them to acknowledge the unseen stories and experiences that people carry.
I love many things about this painting: the simplicity of a day at the beach with friends and how we cherish those experiences. This, like many things in life, can be something very simple, yet those are the moments that fill our lives. Many times, these moments go unnoticed. However, this scene captures the moment, and you see friendship, peace of just being with those you love, and the beauty of shared contentment. The mix of mediums of oil, watercolor, and acrylic create a rich blend of color that works exceptionally well to create a sense of togetherness and familiarity.
The Superintendent's High School Art Show is 51 years old. Its history has benefited from the support of many organizations who value arts education. We appreciate their support and participation.
Each participating organization selects a piece of student artwork and presents an award to the student artist selected.
Each statewide winner is honored with $200 monetary awards from the participating art organization, and will also receive a glass art trophy along with a certificate of recognition from the OSPI.
The next set of awards are from organizations whose primary focus is on arts and culture: Arts Ed Washington, Centrum, and Inspire Washington.
Hello, my name is Miranda Lee Hine, and I am the Executive Director for Arts Ed Washington. Our team was impressed with all of this year's pieces, and we are especially excited to recognize one piece which might look like a photo at first, but is in fact colored pencil. I would like to applaud Yasleen Sanchez from Kelso High School for the vivid creation of OXO.
Hi, I'm Yasleen Sanchez, and I'm a senior at Kelso High School. I've been in the art program for 4 years and honors for the past 2 years. I love working with color and detail. My piece, OXO, was inspired by a favorite summer memory. This is a picture of my sister and I at a OXO gas station in Puerto Vallarta. Art is important to me because I'm an introverted person and I'm not very vocal, but using art I can express myself and show others how I see the world.
This artist created an eye-catching visual. They showed a lot of vision and skill through a skewed fishbowl lens with bold colors, subtle shadows, and striking highlights. One board member said, "This piece slays creativity, composition, and technique."
Hi, I'm Libby Pratt, and I work for Centrum Foundation in Port Townsend, Washington. And as an organization, we chose this black and white photograph of dancers as one of our top choices.
Hi, my name is Luca Campbell, and I'm from Port Townsend, Washington, and go to Port Townsend High School. I have loved photography ever since I can remember, and had a lot of fun with the piece that I did for this show. I did Directions, which was a picture of 2 of my dear friends at dance, and the idea of this piece was to really focus on movement in the form of long exposure. I think a lot of movement is usually captured statically, so I wanted to take an approach to movement that sort of expressed the feeling in it and not just like a still image.
The reason we chose this still image is that even as a still image, it felt like it had so much dynamic movement portrayed in the picture. There's a sense of freedom and openness in the gestures of the dancers. And although there is one person whose face is in focus, everything else is in movement and blurred. And that blurriness gives it a very fleeting and ephemeral feel. And that is exactly the experience you have when you watch dance live.
Hi, I'm Madeline Dalton and I represent Inspire Washington. We picked Placed on a Pedestal because I was just blown away by the attention to detail and the concept.
My name is Claire Tuning and I attend Golmdale High School. When it comes to my piece, I have always enjoyed the stories depicted in statues and the way stone can be turned into beautiful works of art. It serves as an inspiration of what I could hope to achieve in my own pieces. I have started my art journey by using graphite pencils. However, I have started incorporating colored pencils into my art for the shadows. If I am to go in my art, I would love to see what other pieces I could combine.
I loved that it used pieces of Renaissance art, but also juxtaposed that with a lot of techniques and ideas that you wouldn't have seen back then. And also their paintings were so colorful, whereas this had one really specific color scheme of black and white with pops of blue. And then finally those hands looming above the central figure felt like something a little bit more modern and dark and twisted that you wouldn't have seen back then. So I just found the creativity of the student to meld those two elements together was really, really impressive.
I like the first one's perspective a lot, but also the second one's motion and the third one's detail. All three pieces are great.
Yeah, I love I think two of them were in like black and white mediums, and I think both of them like used that to their advantage to show a lot of unique contrast, and it was executed really well.
The next two awards come from our partner who are responsible to the educational policy and oversight.
First is the Professional Educator Standards Board, who works with Washington's system of educator preparation and workforce development.
Second is the Washington State Board of Education, who envisions an educational system where students are engaged in personal education pathways and they are prepared for civics engagement, career, post-secondary education, and lifelong learning.
We want to thank you for your continued support of this year's art show.
Hello, my name is Katie Kahn. I go to Mount Spokane High School and I live in Colbert, Washington. My piece is Massacre at School, which is number 95 in the ESD 101 contest. I used black and white charcoal on a collage of school shooting articles. When I first started this piece, my teacher had brought up the idea of using something that causes us intense emotions, whether that was good, bad, negative, scary. Whatever it was and whatever stuck out to us, she recommended us to use. So immediately I went into my fear because I felt fear was a very universal feeling, and one of my biggest fears was a mass school shooting. When I had brought it up to my peers, everybody seemed to immediately agree with me. And that's when it became very apparent that this is not just my fear, but this is a universal experience to every other student. So my art piece was a way to convey that grief and sadness and fear in every student, from high schoolers and to elementary schoolers. I decided to do a girl that felt like she was backed up into a corner, not being able to move, as she was paralyzed with fear.
Hi, my name is Chinmay Kuntulu. I'm from Olympia High School and my piece is called Memory Locket. And it's inspired by my recent trip to India following my grandmother's passing. And I believe that the mandala is kind of a representation of the layers of my life, including the generations and generations behind it. Their life experiences essentially kind of bring me to make the decisions that I make for myself today, whether that's positivity or negativity. And I believe that everyone starts out in the middle of the mandala. And the goal is to reach the end part of the mandala. And that's through connecting yourself with cultural identity, cultural unification through your family, which you learn from friends, family, and the society. And that's what I wanted to conduct through my piece today. Thank you.
The seriousness of the message of massacre at school was communicated extremely effectively. On Memory Locket, I think that the precision on that piece was just absolutely stellar.
The pattern has like such deep meaning behind like the artwork.
We couldn't do our work without this next set of organizations, and we're grateful that they contribute to the art show every year. Washington State School Directors Association, Association of Washington School Principals, Washington Education Association, and Washington Association of School Administrators.
My name is Robbie McClellan. I'm a graphic designer for the Washington State School Directors Association, where we support the work of 1,477 school board members across the state. It is my pleasure to present WASDA's award to this outstanding student artist. This photographic piece, Janitor, is by McKay Morrill, a senior and student in J. Adams' class at Snohomish High School in Snohomish School District, part of ESD 189.
Hi, I'm McKay Morrill from Snohomish High School in the Snohomish School District. I took the photo Janitor just because I saw a man at work doing his job and I thought it had a lot of beauty to it. What I think about it now when I see it is just a reflection of the working class and their importance in our world and how little is thought of them often, but they're people as well, and the things they do have importance and their stories have importance. And so when I look at that photo, it just reminds me of the story behind each of the individuals behind the doors of our society.
Janitor exhibits all the hallmarks of photographic excellence, including a strong composition with balanced values and a compelling silhouette. But what resonated most with WASDA staff was the sense of storytelling in this image. As the artist puts it, there's something beautiful about this janitor doing his everyday job. It evokes a sense of appreciation from the viewer for all of the labor, both visible and invisible, that enriches our public schools.
I'm Julie Woods from the Association of Washington School Principals, and our staff chose Leilani's piece titled Tuesday, 7:23 a.m. as our winner for the art show.
Hi, my name is Leilani Cherry. I go to Timberline High School in Lacey, Washington. My art piece was inspired by a feeling that students may feel in school. For me, at least, it is like a feeling of mysteriousness, because you see other students every single day, but you likely do not even know their name. And I just think that's something that was very interesting to me. I took a picture of a hallway in my school that I pass through every day, and I used graphite and I drew every little detail that I could, except the students' faces. I scribbled them out because they're a mystery. Thank you.
We love the viewpoint of students entering a school environment, and it really reminded us of the need for each one to encounter a caring and encouraging adult sometime throughout their day. Leilani used amazing detail in her piece, and it truly was a standout for us. Congratulations, Leilani.
Hello, I'm Larry Delaney, President of the Washington Education Association, and we represent 84,000 public school educators across the state. I'm so pleased today to announce that the WEA selection in the 2024 Superintendent's Art Show is The Unforgettable Gift, a photo by Sophie Marvin, a student at River Homelink in the Battleground School District.
Hi, my name is Sophie Marvin. I go to River Homelink and I'm in 9th grade. I took this picture on a recent trip to Malawi that was incredibly life-changing. We saw kids playing soccer with soccer balls that they made themselves out of plastic bags and rubber bands and anything that they found on the streets. And we had brought with us on the trip real soccer balls to trade with the kids if they wanted to. And so we stopped the car and called the kids over and asked them if they wanted to trade the soccer balls with us, and that's when I took the picture.
What jumped out to me were the eyes and face of the children in that picture. And it was a reminder to me that all children come into this world with a thirst for learning. And it was, to me, a reminder of why we as educators do the work that we do. Sophie, thank you, and we will be proud to display a copy of your work at our WEA headquarters in Federal Way.
Hello, I'm Joel Ani, the Executive Director of the Washington Association of School Administrators. It is my pleasure to announce that WAS's choice for winner of the 2024 Superintendent's High School Art Show is Natsuno Owami, which means end of summer. This piece was created by Oak Harbor High School student Vanessa Sisko.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Sisko. I am a senior at Oak Harbor High School on Whidbey Island, Oak Harbor. I am half Japanese, half American, and inspired by the Japanese culture of writing postal cards during the holidays, I decided to paint my own giant postal card as if I were to send it to my childhood friend Yuzu. The difficulties I came across while painting Dear Yuzu were trying to carve a giant postal stamp as well as trying to combine two polar opposite mediums of water-based and oil-based paints. My answer to why art is important to me is pretty basic, but I would say it gives me a place to create as well as just an outlet to express myself, and it has become a journal of my life, and I think it's cool that everyone can take a look at. Being biracial myself, I hope to be an advocate for other biracial children and communities and share what I enjoy doing as well as providing healing through art. Thank you.
We chose this exceptional piece for its integration of various media, including airbrush and printmaking, and in its unique style. The artwork captivates with its vivid depiction of grass in motion, the intricate play of shadows, and the distinctive textures throughout. Each element contributes to the artwork's emotional depth, encapsulating a bittersweet nostalgia. Congratulations to this talented young artist for her outstanding achievement.
Our next performance comes to us from the Evergreen High School's Chamber Strings. Featured in the video are select students from Evergreen High School's orchestra program, winners of the Regional Solo and Ensemble Festival, and performers at the state contest. With 2 orchestra classes serving 78 students, they've delivered outstanding performances throughout the year, earning consistent superior ratings and even serving as a prelude performance group for the Oregon Symphony. Supported by their parent booster organization, they've traveled across Washington and to Los Angeles. Due to the great support of their district music coordinator, they're also able to regularly purchase instruments to help students in need. Enjoy their performance of Arcangelo Corelli's Concerto Grosso No. 8.
Up next, we have two more of our partner organizations, Washington State PTA and the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association. Here are their 2024 Student Artist Choice Awards.
Hello, my name is Betty Gibbons, and I'm the Washington State PTA Program Director. The winning piece that we've selected is a ceramics piece titled Ramen Bowl. What a great piece, full of really vibrant colors. We appreciate the details and the work that went into creating the ceramics piece.
Hi, my name is Tuan, and I go to Melville High School. I'm a junior. I was just creating ramen. So in the morning when I was choosing my project, I just wanted to do a bowl of ramen.
We enjoyed it very much, and the ramen noodles look almost realistic, steaming hot ramen noodles. It was a great piece, and we really enjoyed it. We want to say congratulations to the student.
On behalf of the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, I am so excited to have had our office bid on the self-portrait Up Close and Personal, created by Leslie Badillo from Davis High School.
Hi, my name is Leslie Badillo. I go to Davis High School and I live in Yakima, Washington. What inspired me to create this piece was I've always been interested in close-ups and I wanted to include that with my daily routine. and one of the first things that popped into my head was brushing my teeth, so combined those two and created that. What did I learn from creating it was how difficult the skin and the saliva would be, like the textures of it, but I somehow managed to do it. What I want people to know about the power of art, just create, and it's a really great opportunity to show what you can do. Those people can express their feelings towards it, and it's something really amazing.
As a staff, our daily routines are structured around the familiarity of curating and hosting athletic tournaments, and in a whimsical juxtaposition of an athletic office, of art, and of morning routines, this piece is a perfect match for us at the WIAA. Thank you so much, Leslie, for creating this standout piece and sharing it with us. This piece will be displayed in the WIAA office in Renton, and I believe will spread the message of the work, to look at our office life from a different perspective.
I like the first one just because it's ramen, but also I like the second one because it's like very funny. But also it captures like the daily task that everyone do, and yeah.
Yeah. Both of these pieces are just so real. I love like the statements are really personal, and especially the second one, it just felt like so like up close. The teeth brushing was portrayed in kind of like a silly way, which I like was intended.
Art educators are special people. They are artists in their own rights. They develop critical thinking, problem solving, and creative artistry in their students.
The Superintendent's High School Art Show has a long-standing partnership with a professional organization for arts educators. We want to thank you, Washington Art Education Association, for your partnership.
Hi there, Becky Broyles from the Washington Art Education Association. Youth Art Month is observed every March to emphasize the value of quality art education for all children and to encourage public support for school arts programs in music, dance, theater, and visual art. This program provides a medium for recognizing essential standards developed through the arts, including problem solving, creativity, observation, and communication. The theme for the 2024 Youth Art Month flag design competition is Dream in Art. The winning artwork is made into a flag and flown at the National Art Education Association convention and then presented to the student and the school. The winner also receives the Charlene Dixon Scholarship for $100 from the Washington Art Education Association. This year's winning design was created by 8th grader Eileen Moon, who goes to Inglewood Middle School in Lake Washington School District. It is titled Sleepless Dreams in Seattle's Space Needle. It incorporates colored pencil, watercolor, acrylic paint, and digital art. Congratulations, Eileen, and we can't wait to see more from you in the future. It is a great pleasure to share with you the 2024 Washington Art Education Association Tribute Award winner for 2024, Dr. Terry Bergeson. Her tireless advocacy and exemplary leadership, commitment to arts assessment, and unwavering dedication for advancing arts education has set a remarkable standard for excellence. Throughout her distinguished career as the Superintendent of Public Instruction for Washington State and in other leadership roles, she has demonstrated an unparalleled commitment to ensuring that arts education is recognized as core, academic, essential, and basic education for all learners.
I'm really so deeply moved and so honored to be given this award for arts education. The arts are at the center of the beauty in the universe, and so many times they get skipped over. There's the science, the math, all this other kind of stuff, and the beauty and the power of the arts is so outstanding. And as a middle school, high school educator and state superintendent and all the stuff that I've done in my time, I've really wanted to bring the power of any office that I've had to focus on not just the other subjects, but to focus on the arts and the beauty of the visual arts, the dance, the performances, And I can't tell you what an honor it is to me to have this happen. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Along with Dr. Anne Renee Joseph, the WAEA is honored to recognize her achievements, her exceptional contributions, and her unwavering passion for arts education. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is James Andrews. I'm the Advocacy Chair for the Washington Art Education Association. I was lucky enough to be chosen to pick our WAEA Tribute Award winner from this year's high school art show, and I've chosen Obsession, painting by Lily Grace Kavanaugh from Tahoma Senior High School in the Tahoma School District, ESD 121.
Hi, my name's Lily Kavanaugh. I go to Tahoma Senior High School and I live in Maple Valley, Washington. This piece is titled Obsession, and it shows how in order to be great at something you have to sacrifice a lot. As you see the men in the background, they have these perfect physiques. From the waist down, they're crumbling. This goes to show how even if you appear perfect, you miss pieces of yourself. As you look at the main focus of my piece is the man with his record player, and as you flip through the record player, you can see the different phases or different feelings that he feels with being obsessed with that one thing. And that's just something all people do, I think, in order to be great at something or good at it even, that we give up a lot of other things in our lives.
Lily's piece stood out immediately. It's quite a piece of storytelling. It's very obvious that this is not a follow the steps classroom assignment. This is someone that is really taking time and is thinking like an artist and developing ideas with many layers to them. Congratulations, Ms. Kavanaugh. This is an amazing work, and I think you have a very bright future ahead of you.
I love the way that this piece captures obsession, a rejection of the noise and expectations of the outside world, and instead returning to the record player, finding different answers in the music each time they return to it. This next performance from Mount Vernon High School embodies culturally sustaining arts education at its finest. Mount Vernon High School Mariachi and Folklorico is the biggest mariachi program on the west side of Washington State. Over 200 students enrolled are currently in the Mariachi and Folklorico program. The mission of their mariachi program is to keep Mexican traditions of dance and music alive with our youth. Mount Vernon Mariachi believes mariachi music will live forever in their community through their performances. The Mount Vernon Mariachi program has been featured on King 5 News and has shared the stage with Mariachi Sol de Mexico, Mariachi Reina de los Angeles, and Mariachi Los Camperos. They have had the honor of performing for Governor Jay Inslee, civil rights leader Dolores Huerta, and Hollywood actor George Lopez. Their director, Mr. Rivera, last year received the 2023 Washington State Music Teacher of the Year and 2022 Washington State Golden Apple Award. Today, we will hear Mount Vernon High School Mariachi perform the song, Los Aguacates.
As the superintendent mentioned earlier, all student art in this year's art show is a regional winner, receiving scrutiny at the classroom, school, district, and educational service district level before coming to the state level to compete. We want to highlight some of these student artwork that jurors have selected to receive honorable mentions award this year. Riley by Riley Bays in Golden Cell High School, and the ESD is 105.
Next is Onward by Lana Saukrezuf from Union High School in ESD 112.
Family Portrait by Laura Wan in Camas High School, ESD is 112.
Next is Nostalgia by Finley Cecilia from Meade Senior High in ESD 101.
Next one is Denim Debut by Kimberly Strong in Kashmir High School, ESD is 171.
Next is Gills in Color by Ruby T. Koski from Wenatchee High School in ESD 171.
The Central Washington University Art for Change Award celebrates high school students whose artwork serves as a catalyst for social awareness and change. Through creativity and vision, these students inspire dialogue and action on pressing issues, shaping a more empathetic and equitable future. This year's CWU Art for Change Awards are presented by Professor Greg Schlanger. For many of these talented artists, art learning does not stop at high school. To encourage further study in higher education, Central Washington University is honoring 2 students with a $2,000 scholarship. Here is Professor Schlanger to announce this year's recipients for the CWU Art for Change Scholarship.
Hello, my name is Greg Schlanger. I am the chair of the Department of Art and Design at Central Washington University. The CWU Art for Change Award recognizes artwork that strives to create awareness about current issues and challenges facing high school students today. I am awarding 2 Art for Change awards, both $2,000 tuition waiver scholarships to Central Washington University. The first award goes to Lena Olson from the Educational Service District 123 in Pasco for the artwork Garden of Love.
Hello, my name is Lena Olson. I'm in 11th grade. I go to Three Rivers Homelink and I live in Prosser, Washington. I've made pieces supporting LGBTQ rights and pieces that have spoken out against racial injustice. My ultimate goal is to make art that evokes emotion in people, as well as making something that people can relate to. Thank you.
This alcohol ink artwork demonstrates a command of the drawing medium. I enjoy the concept of a garden of love as a way to reinforce the many forms of identity. Thanks, Lena. The next award goes to Savannah Hamilton from the North Central Education Service District, ESD 171 in Wenatchee, for the artwork Morning Bus Ride.
My name is Savannah Hamilton. I'm from Kashmir High School, and I live in Monitor. Art has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember, and my parents have been very encouraging of my interest in art throughout the years. Art has helped me get through some of my toughest times, namely the pandemic that happened in recent years, and it has allowed me to express the creativity I feel however I want.
This wonderful use of watercolor tells an important story that many high school students feel today. This piece illustrates the struggles many teens feel with the stress of their busy daily routines. I can feel the comfort and the solitude of the morning bus ride. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the scholarship recipients. Your passion and persistence have the power to change the world. Keep creating, inspiring, and shaping a brighter future through your artistic endeavors. Next, Superintendent Chris Rakedahl will present the Superintendent's Choice Award.
And now's a very exciting time for me in the show because I get to share with you the selection that I get to make. Every year, not only are we hosting the Superintendent's Art Show and everyone's contributions, but I get to make my own selection. And this year, it's kind of inspired by spring. We love this time of year. Everything's growing. We're reminded about how much nature soaks up the sun and needs temperature. So my selection this year is called Nature's Hand by Mia Reza. Mia comes to us from Lewis and Clark High School in Spokane, Washington, ESD 101. We love our partners up in Northeast Washington.
Hi, my name is Mia Reza. I'm a sophomore in high school and I made the painting Nature's Hand. What I really wanted to convey with this painting was the relationship between humans and the environment. This is a very important topic to me because I travel a lot and I really like to hike, and I really think we only have one planet and it's really something that needs to be talked about more. So I tried to use my voice to show that through art. How I really tried to highlight this relationship was the hand reaching out of the bushes, which shows what nature provides us with, and the figure holding the match, which shows how we abuse that relationship. I wanted to show the hand reaching out and the match so close to show how that fire can catch on and the nature completely surrounds her. So when the fire catches on, it destroys everything around her.
I want to tell you a little bit about this piece for me because I think all of us have this really important connection to nature. But like so many things, it can go too far. The inspiration for me, and I think Mia, the way she expressed it, is here's nature reaching out its hand. It's constantly a gift to our survival. It's a gift to our thought. It's a gift to our comfort when we're in nature. The match represents illumination to me, the ability to shine a light on really important things, not the least of which is climate change and climate destruction. It can help us be so aware of where we have to step in and help the world, help ourselves, but that match can also burn. And so we also know that we have to understand our limits and use nature in harmony with ourselves and not go too far. So Mia, thank you so much for this piece of art. It really resonated with me. My favorite color is green, so the first thing that came to me was the different shades of green you used. The power of light, the illumination was obvious. The hand reaching out to the human being from nature just spoke to me, and I hope it speaks to other people. Thank you so much, Mia, for your incredible piece of art.
This piece resonates deeply with me, evoking the sacred bond between humanity and the natural world. Nature's Hand serves as a poignant reminder of our profound connection to the land and waters, highlighting our shared responsibility to steward and protect our environment. What an evocative piece, captured beautifully in paint. As we conclude, let's reaffirm our commitment to offering students arts education opportunities that ignite their intellects and imaginations, broaden their knowledge and experiences, and empower them to take action. Congratulations to all of our artists, educators, leadership, and families. Thank you all for your constant and consistent support for arts education.
This has been a great show. Thank you everyone for watching, and congratulations to all the students who have won the show this year. I look forward to what next year's artists can offer.
We really enjoyed seeing all of these award-winning artworks. All of them have been really technically and conceptually impressive. Keep creating.
I just want to say thank you so much to our student artists. You are inspiring. To families who have watched their artists grow and develop over the years, you're probably still cleaning the walls from crayons and their first expression. Well, maybe we are in our household. But thank you for supporting your student and your learner. To the educators who facilitate this learning and bring real learning standards to the work, to the community, our educational service district partners, we couldn't do this without you in each of the regions elevating this art. And a huge thank you to the OSPI staff. There's a lot of work in preparing for the art show, editing the work, and making sure that it all comes together. So I have the best team in the country, and they do an amazing job, and so I thank them. To all of you, I hope you were inspired today. I hope you are an artist in your own way, whether creating or observing or appreciating or financially supporting. The arts are everywhere. They're in our downtowns. They're in front of us on screens. They inspire us. They give life meaning and purpose and perspective. So for all of you who have ever appreciated art, just know how much our students put into this. Thank you for celebrating with them. Support the arts in your community in any way that you can, because nothing else matters if not our ability to connect with each other and appreciate each other and to lift each other up with inspiration and hope and perspective and insight. Thank you, artists. Why wouldn't we want to do this every year? This has been amazing. See you next year, everyone.
Hello, thank you for watching my video. My name is Riley Boyes, and I'm a senior attending Goldendale High School in Goldendale, Washington. When I finished my art piece, it brought back a lot of fun memories of when me and my mom attended an event together, and that is why this piece is so important to me. Art also inspires me to recreate the memory for other people to enjoy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hi, my name is Ruby Koski, and my art piece, Gills in Color, was inspired by my love of the outdoors and local fly fishing opportunities so close to my home here in Mariachi. I've grown up being taught to love the outdoors through camping, hiking, and many action sports such as rock climbing and snowboarding. I have my dad to thank for my love of fish, though. He has spent much of my childhood teaching me to fish and learned to love the excitement and beauty that comes with such an experience. My Aunt Casey Koski is the one who inspired my love of watercolor through her own art and encouragement to me as I've grown up and tried to pick up the act as well. It's kind of fun to have a lot of family that's also very artistic.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Strong. I'm currently a junior at Kashmir High School, located in Kashmir, Washington. I created a piece using oil pastels based off of Impressionism, and I titled it Denim Debut. It is based off of a photo that I took while on a trip in New York City.
Hi, I'm Lana Sabrosith. I'm a student at Union High School from Vancouver, Washington. I created the image Onward, which represents my journey as a high school senior getting ready to go off to college. Utilizing my passion for astronomy, I used the moon as a symbol of change. In addition, I used dark and empty spaces to represent the scariness we often feel with this change.
Hi, my name is Laura Wang, and I'm a senior at Camas High School. I've been making art since I was little, but I was mostly self-taught until I forecasted for art with Miss Keith in junior year. Art is incredibly important to me because it's a form of personal expression and because of the fulfillment of continuously growing my skills. I think one of the reasons I love art so much is that there's always infinitely many new directions to explore. One of my favorite parts of the piece I submitted is how I can see my own improvement from left to right as I developed a stronger process for laying down the graphite. Art is a special subject to me because there really is no right or wrong way to go about it. There's such a level of freedom in creating art, and I feel that this exercise of creativity is incredibly valuable as a way to express your feelings, confront your problems, or convey a unique perspective. I believe that the world would be a much more thoughtful and understanding place if everybody just had some form of artistic expression in their life. And I hope that my art can inspire more people to take up a pencil and draw for themselves sometimes. Thank you.
My name is Finley Cecilia, and I live in Meade, Washington, and I'm a senior at Mount Spokane High School. I have always loved art since before I can remember, and it was a fun hobby to do in my free time when I was younger. And since entering high school, I was lucky enough to take art and pottery classes for credit towards my graduation. This art piece was really just a random idea that I thought of one day and decided to create. It reminded me of when I was younger and had a wild imagination, to say the least. And that is really what I wanted to capture in Nostalgia. I learned a lot about my art process and skill while creating this piece, and I really learned how much I can push myself and still be able to create something beautiful. For me, I use art as a form of expression, and clay and ceramic allows me to bring my imagination to life in a way that painting simply can't, though I do still love to paint from time to time. Such beautiful things can be made, and in so many different forms and styles, and I am grateful that I am capable of and able to be someone that can contribute to adding such beauty in our society, in our world today.